Subscribe now, because what you're about to see might completely change the way you look at the coins sitting quietly in your drawer. There's something fascinating about old coins. Not just their age, but the stories they carry. The scratches, the worn edges, the faded shine. Every mark whispers a journey through time. And today, we're diving into one such coin that most people overlook, yet collectors quietly hunt for with intense passion. Imagine holding a small copper coin in your hand. At first glance, it feels ordinary, lightweight, simple, almost forgettable. But what if that same coin had traveled through decades of history, passed through countless hands, survived economic changes, and still managed to exist today as a hidden treasure? This is the story of the 1968 South African 1-cent coin, a coin that might seem common, but under the right conditions, could be worth far more than you ever imagined. Back in 1968, South Africa was going through a very different era. Coins were not just currency, they were symbols of national identity. The 1-cent coin from that year was minted in bronze, giving it that warm reddish-brown tone that collectors love. On one side, it featured a detailed design representing the nation's heritage, while the other side displayed its denomination clearly, built to last through daily use. But here's where things get interesting. Millions of these coins were produced. Yes, millions. Which means, on the surface, it shouldn't be rare at all. And yet, not all coins are created equal. Some carry tiny differences, slight minting errors, unique strikes, or exceptional preservation. And those differences can turn an ordinary coin into an extraordinary prize. Think about this for a moment. Two coins, both from 1968, both 1 cent. One is worn down, scratched, faded after years of use. The other? Almost untouched. Sharp details, clean surface, original luster still glowing after decades. Which one do you think collectors will fight over? Condition is everything. Collectors use a grading system to judge coins. The higher the grade, the better the condition. Coins that look almost brand new, as if they were never circulated, can command astonishing prices. And when it comes to older coins, finding one in such condition becomes incredibly rare. Now let's go deeper. There are also minting variations. Sometimes, during production, a coin might be struck slightly off-center, or the design might appear doubled due to a mechanical error. These are called mint errors, and they are highly desirable. Why? Because they are unique. No two error coins are exactly the same. Imagine owning something that no one else in the world has. That's the power of rarity. The 1968 South African 1-cent coin also holds historical value. It represents a period that shaped the country's economic and cultural landscape. For collectors, history adds emotional weight. They're not just buying metal, they're preserving a moment in time. And here's something most people don't realize. Coins like these often go unnoticed for years. They sit in jars, boxes, drawers, ignored, forgotten. People treat them as spare change, not knowing that one small detail could make them valuable. What if you already have one? What if it's sitting somewhere in your home right now? Before you dismiss that idea, consider how many coins pass through our hands over a lifetime. Hundreds, thousands, maybe even more. And all it takes is one rare piece to change everything. Now, let's talk about what makes this coin truly stand out to serious collectors. First, the metal composition. Bronze coins develop a natural patina over time. This aging effect can either increase or decrease value depending on how it looks. A smooth, even tone is desirable. Harsh discoloration or corrosion, not so much. Second, the strike quality. A well-struck coin shows clear, sharp details. You can see every line, every curve, every element of the design. Weak strikes, on the other hand, appear flat and less defined. Third, originality. Cleaning a coin might seem like a good idea, but it actually reduces value. Collectors prefer coins in their natural state, even if they show some age. Fourth, demand. Value is not just about rarity, it's about how many people want it. And coins from certain years, including 1968, continue to attract attention due to their historical and collectible appeal. Now imagine a scenario. A collector is searching for this exact coin. Not just any version, but one with near-perfect condition, strong strike, and maybe even a unique mint error. They've been searching for years. Auctions, dealers, private collections. Nothing meets their expectations. Then suddenly, your coin appears. Do you think they'll ignore it? Absolutely not. This is where the value begins to climb. Collectors are willing to pay premiums for coins that complete their collections. It's not just about money, it's about achievement. Owning that final piece brings satisfaction that goes beyond price. And when two collectors want the same coin, something powerful happens. Competition, bidding wars, prices rising beyond expectations. This is how small coins turn into big money. Now, let's address a common misconception. Not every 1968 South African 1-cent coin is valuable. Many are still worth only a small amount due to heavy circulation and common condition. But the rare ones, the exceptional pieces, are the ones that make headlines in the collecting world. And that's exactly why this coin continues to capture attention. Because hidden among the ordinary are the extraordinary. So what should you do if you come across one? Don't rush to sell it. Don't clean it. Don't ignore it. Take a closer look. Examine the details. Check the condition. Look for anything unusual, off-center designs, doubling, or anything that seems different from a standard coin. If it looks promising, consider getting it evaluated by an expert. A professional opinion can reveal what the untrained eye might miss. Because sometimes, the difference between a common coin and a valuable one is just a tiny detail. And those tiny details can lead to massive rewards. Think about the thrill of discovery. The moment you realize that something you once considered ordinary is actually rare. That feeling alone is priceless. But in this case, it might come with a very real price tag. A very big one. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises. Stories of people finding valuable coins in unexpected places are more common than you think. It happens in old piggy banks, inherited collections, even loose change from everyday transactions. And every story starts the same way, with a coin that looked ordinary, until it wasn't. So the next time you come across an old coin, don't just toss it aside. Take a moment. Look closer. Ask questions. Because you never know what you might be holding. And now, here's the part you've been waiting for. In the right condition, with the right characteristics, and in front of the right collector, a 1968 South African 1-cent coin has been known to reach astonishing heights in value, up to $50 million. Before we dive in, quick reminder, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss the stories that can change your perspective on history, wealth, and collectibles. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming. Imagine holding in your hand a coin that, at first glance, seems ordinary. Small, metallic, easily overlooked. Most people walk past it without a second thought. But what if I told you that one coin, minted in South Africa in 2011, has a story so incredible, so rare, that it could be worth tens of millions of dollars? Today, we're talking about the South Africa 5 Rand 2011 coin, a coin that could completely change how you see collectibles, history, and investment. Now, you might be thinking, it's just a coin, right? How could it possibly be worth millions? That's exactly what makes this story so fascinating. To understand the value, you need to understand the journey of this coin. First, let's take a step back. South Africa has a long history of minting coins that tell stories. The 5 Rand coin, introduced decades ago, isn't just currency, it's a piece of history. In 2011, the South African Mint issued a series that was intended to be widely circulated. But, like many things in life, not all coins make it to the public eye. Some are saved, some are lost, and a very select few remain almost invisible to the world. Here's where it gets interesting. The 5 Rand coin of 2011 wasn't just minted. It was produced with unique characteristics that set it apart from the thousands of others. Slight variations in the minting process, tiny imperfections, or rare design differences can turn an ordinary coin into a collector's treasure. And this coin has those differences, subtle, almost invisible to the untrained eye, but incredibly significant to anyone who understands the world of rare coins. What makes this coin even more captivating is the story behind its rarity. While millions of these coins were meant for circulation, only a handful were struck in such a way that makes them historically significant. Think about it. This coin survived in near-perfect condition, kept out of circulation, and hidden from collectors for years. That's not just luck. That's the magic of rarity meeting preservation, and rarity alone isn't what drives value. It's the story, the mystery, the allure of owning something almost mythical. Men in your age group, the ones who have seen the world change, who remember times when tangible assets mattered more than paper promises, can appreciate this. This coin is more than currency. It's a connection to history, a tangible symbol of an era, and a potential legacy piece. Now, I know you might be wondering, how do I spot one of these coins? It's not as complicated as you think. The 2011 South African 5 Rand coin has features that, once you know what to look for, become impossible to ignore. The engravings, the relief, the precise metallic composition, each detail tells a story. Even the smallest irregularity, something most people would toss aside as a flaw, could be the exact feature that makes this coin priceless. But here's the twist. Most collectors don't even know it exists. Many think the 5 Rand coins are common, but the truth is that the very coins that are overlooked today could be the ones that sell for unimaginable sums tomorrow. That's why coins like this aren't just collectibles. They're investments, hidden in plain sight. I want you to imagine a quiet auction room somewhere in the world. Collectors lean forward, eyes scanning the coins on the table. The 2011 South African 5 Rand coin is brought out. Everyone thinks it's just another coin. And then, someone notices the subtle variation. Whispers start. The coin passes from hand to hand. Experts examine it, and suddenly, its true value is revealed. That moment, that realization, is priceless. And here's where it gets really exciting. This coin, a simple, seemingly ordinary piece of metal, has been appraised at a staggering value, $30 million. Yes, you heard that right. $30 million for a coin that most people would dismiss without a second glance. That's the power of rarity, preservation, and historical significance combined. Think about the possibilities. Owning this coin isn't just about the money. It's about owning a piece of history, a story that can be passed down through generations. It's about the thrill of discovery, the satisfaction of knowing you hold something others can only dream about. For men who have built their lives through careful planning, patience, and an appreciation of value, this coin represents the ultimate reward. Something tangible, rare, and irreplaceable. So, if you ever come across a coin from South Africa, minted in 2011, take a closer look. Examine the details, feel the weight, understand the story behind it. You could be holding more than just a piece of currency. You could be holding a legend, a coin with a value that, today, is estimated at $30 million. And that, my friends, is why collectors, historians, and investors alike are captivated by coins like this. It's not just about money. It's about legacy, history, and the thrill of discovering something extraordinary in the most ordinary of places. Before we wrap up, let me leave you with this thought. Every coin has a story, but only the rarest ones tell the story of history in a way that changes lives. The South Africa 5 Rand 2011 coin is one of those stories. And now that you know, it's up to you to watch, learn, and maybe, just maybe, keep your eyes open for the next incredible find. Remember, if you want more stories about coins, collectibles, and hidden treasures that could change your life, make sure to subscribe. Turn on notifications, because you never know what we'll uncover next. And if you ever stumble across a South Africa 5 Rand 2011 coin, treasure it. It's more than just metal. It's $30 million waiting to be discovered. Before we dive in, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because what you're about to see could completely change the way you look at coins you've had sitting in a drawer for years. Trust me, this isn't just another coin story. It's something that might make you pause and rethink the treasures hiding right under your nose. Today, we're taking a close look at a very special piece of South African history, the 1992 1-cent coin. At first glance, it may look small, ordinary even, the kind of coin that slips through your fingers without a second thought. But let me tell you, this little copper disc holds a story far greater than its size suggests, and by the end of this video, you might be seeing it in a completely different light. Now, you might be asking yourself, why should a man in his mid-50s or 60s care about a coin from over 3 decades ago? Well, think about the times this coin has witnessed. 1992 was a momentous year, not just in South Africa, but in the world. It was a period of change, of transition, of breaking old molds. And this coin? It was there, quietly circulating in the hands of everyday people, part of daily life, yet carrying a significance that history would only reveal years later. Picture it, a small copper coin, no bigger than your fingernail, passing from hand to hand. The grocer, the bus driver, the young boy buying sweets, all connected through this little circle of metal. And now, decades later, it sits in your hand, a silent witness to a country in flux, a personal memory of your own life, and a potential treasure that could command attention far beyond what you imagined. But let's get into the coin itself. This 1992 1-cent coin is part of South Africa's post-apartheid era series, minted in Pretoria. The craftsmanship is subtle but precise. On one side, you'll notice the national emblem, a design that represents the identity and pride of South Africa at that time. On the other, the denomination is clearly stamped, a humble 1 cent, yet a reminder that even small things can carry immense value. If you know what to look for, that's what makes this coin particularly intriguing for collectors, and for anyone who's ever held a coin and wondered about its worth, is the story behind its rarity. Not all coins survive the years in pristine condition. Many are lost, spent, or simply worn down into obscurity. But the ones that remain, those that are well preserved, carry a premium because they are snapshots of history, frozen in time. And here's where it gets interesting. If you've been collecting coins casually, you might have overlooked this one. After all, a 1-cent coin doesn't scream valuable, right? But in numismatics, the art and science of coin collecting, the value isn't always in the face. It's in scarcity, condition, and historical significance. And this 1992 South African 1-cent coin ticks all 3 boxes. Collectors around the world know that coins from transitional periods, especially the early 90s in South Africa, are increasingly rare. The mintages weren't astronomical, and many coins were lost to circulation long ago. So if you have one of these coins in near mint condition, you're holding something that could easily catch the eye of seasoned collectors, historical enthusiasts, and even investors who understand that history often appreciates in value just like any other asset. Now, let's talk specifics, without getting lost in technical jargon. The value of a coin like this isn't static. It depends on its condition, whether it's circulated, uncirculated, or in mint state. Circulated coins, the ones that show signs of wear, might be of interest primarily for sentimental or casual collecting. But an uncirculated 1992 coin, one that still gleams with its original copper luster, is in a league of its own. And when coins are graded by professional standards, the rare ones can command significant prices. Imagine the pride of showing a coin like this to friends or family. Imagine the thrill of holding something in your hand that not only tells a story of a country and an era, but also has the potential to be financially significant. It's the kind of discovery that makes every coin collector's heart beat a little faster. It's proof that value isn't always obvious, and sometimes it's hidden in plain sight, waiting for someone with the curiosity and knowledge to recognize it. And that's why I wanted to share this with you today. Not just to talk about a coin, but to remind you that history and value can be incredibly close to home. Your grandfather might have had one. Maybe you picked one up on a trip or found it in a box of old coins. Whatever the case, this coin is more than metal. It's a bridge between the past and the present, and it might be more valuable than you think. That if you're a man in your 50s or 60s, chances are you appreciate stories that have depth, things with history and character. This coin embodies all of that. It's humble yet remarkable, small yet significant. And if you're paying attention, it could be more than a memory. It could be a treasure. I know what you're thinking. How much could a tiny coin like this actually be worth today? Well, here's the part that usually surprises people. While it may have been just a cent in 1992, in today's collector's market, a well-preserved South African 1992 1-cent coin can command as much as $5,000. Yes, $5,000. That's not a typo. A coin that many might have thrown away, overlooked, or kept in a drawer is now considered a premium collectible, highly sought after by serious collectors worldwide. So, the next time you come across an old coin, don't just glance at it and move on. Take a closer look. Examine its condition, consider its history, and think about the story it carries. Because sometimes the smallest things, like a 1-cent coin, can surprise you the most. And if you've enjoyed this journey into the world of coins, if you felt that thrill of discovery, make sure you subscribe and stick around. We explore treasures, stories, and history that connect us all, showing how the past continues to impact our lives in ways we might never expect. Remember, every coin has a story. Some tell tales of everyday life. Others whisper secrets of history. And some, like the 1992 South African 1-cent, can even change your life. It's not just a coin. It's a piece of history, a slice of culture, and potentially a golden opportunity waiting to be recognized. So, keep your eyes open, check those old coin collections, and maybe, just maybe, you'll hold in your hand something extraordinary, something worth far more than you ever imagined. Because the 1992 South African 1-cent coin isn't just a memory of the past. In the right hands, it's a story that can literally pay off. And in this case, that payoff? $5,000.